We finally know what really happened between Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, and Hailey Baldwin. And the truth isn't what people thought. Let's take a step back for a moment. Picture this. You're 25 years old, living a life that seems like a dream. You've been nominated for Grammys, launched a successful beauty brand, and starred in popular TV shows. Millions admire you. Then, the guy you've been in an on and off relationship with for years gets down on one knee and asks you to marry him. For most people, that would be the happy ending they always hoped for. But for Selena Gomez, it wasn't. She didn't say maybe or let me think about it. She simply said no. And for years, people kept wondering why. Why would she turn down Justin Bieber, someone she had loved for so long? Was it because of Hailey? Was it about Justin's past actions? Or was she still dealing with pain from their past? Then, in 2025, Selena opened up on a podcast. She finally shared what really happened, and her explanation caught everyone off guard. It wasn't about drama. It wasn't about bitterness. She turned him down because she was choosing herself. Selena said that during that period, she was trying to put her life back together. She had just recovered from a kidney transplant, was managing mental health challenges, had started therapy, and was focused on healing. Her career was gaining momentum, but inside she was still fragile, she explained. At that point in my life, I was just beginning to rebuild. I had gone through so much, my health, my mental state, therapy, work. I wasn't in a place to bring someone into that. I was just learning how to love myself. That one quote hit home. She wasn't saying no to love, she was protecting her peace. It wasn't about not caring for Justin, it was about caring for herself more. The story runs deep. Selena and Justin were once the most talked about couple in pop culture. She was the girl next door from Disney. He was the teen idol from Canada with a global fan base. To the outside world, they looked like the perfect match. Young, successful, and head over heels in love. Fans saw them traveling together, laughing, enjoying ice cream dates. It looked picture perfect. But behind the scenes, things weren't so simple. Selena was battling lupus and often struggled with anxiety. Justin had his own public issues, his struggles with fame, emotional ups and downs, and They were growing up in front of cameras and trying to maintain a relationship while being constantly watched and judged. In 2017, after Selena's kidney transplant, Justin reappeared in her life. Many thought this was it, their reunion, their final chapter. But even that didn't last long. Then came whispers that Justin had proposed to Selena before marrying Hailey. Fans debated whether it was true. Some dismissed it. Others believed it. Old pictures resurfaced, and people searched for clues. Then in the 2025 podcast, Selena confirmed it. Yes, Justin did propose. I believe he truly thought we were meant to be. But then she added softly, I didn't. That single sentence changed how people saw the whole story. She didn't sound angry or bitter, just calm and honest. It wasn't that she didn't love him, but she no longer believed they were meant for each other. And for the first time, she valued her own well-being more than the idea of a perfect love story. Things got even more complicated when some fans suggested Justin's proposal, and later, his marriage might have had other reasons behind. Around that time, he was reportedly dealing with visa problems in the US after marrying Hailey in 2018. He applied for permanent residency. That led people to ask, was love the only reason behind the marriage, or was there pressure to secure his? Selena never directly addressed those rumors, but she did say something that hinted at, I couldn't make a life choice because of pressure, fear, or someone else's timeline. That said a lot. Maybe Justin was rushing, but Selena wasn't in the same place. And honestly, who hasn't felt that kind of pressure before? To accept a relationship, a job, a move, just because it seemed right on paper? But saying no takes strength. In those moments, the easy thing is to go along with what's expected. Selena didn't. She didn't choose romance. She chose healing. She chose growth. She chose herself. When that part of the podcast went viral, people reacted fast. Clips flooded TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. The comments poured in. Fans said things like, she didn't say no because she didn't love him. She said no because she finally loved herself. And that idea hit home for so many people, especially those who have struggled with their own self-worth. Instead of being seen as heartbroken, Selena was now being seen as strong, someone who finally drew a line and said, I matter too. Even Hailey Bieber, the woman at the center of the triangle for so long, reportedly liked a tweet praising Selena's decision. Was it a flirt? A quiet nod of respect? Or just a PR move? No one knows for sure. But it got people thinking, maybe this wasn't just about a messy love triangle. Maybe this was bigger than that. Selena's choice reminded so many women and men that they don't have to settle just because something looks perfect from the outside. That you don't have to accept love if you're still trying to figure out how to love yourself. In that same interview, Selena said something else that stuck with people. That line said it all. She wasn't chasing a perfect relationship. She was building a better relationship with herself. Now, she's in a different place. She's doing well. Her brand, Rare Beauty, has become one of the top beauty companies out there. She's producing shows that win awards. She's releasing music that feels honest, real, and hopeful. But even beyond her work, she seems genuinely happy, calm, content. And maybe that's the whole point. Real happiness isn't about having someone by your side. It's about who you are when no one's watching. So let's ask the question. Have you ever been in a moment where everyone expected you to say yes, but deep inside, you knew the answer was no? Have you ever had to choose yourself even when it hurt? Selena's story isn't just about a celebrity relationship. It's a story many people can relate to. It's a reminder that you don't have to follow someone else's script. You can write your own, and you don't need to have everything figured out to make the right decision. You just need to be honest with yourself and brave enough to walk away when your heart says, not yet. Imagine being in love with someone. For most of your youth, someone who's been a huge part of your life, someone the world has watched you grow up with. Then one day, he asks you to marry him. For many, that would feel like a dream finally coming true. But when that moment came for Selena Gomez, she didn't pause. She didn't ask for more time. She just said no. That answer left fans stunned. Years passed and the question lingered. Why would she turn down Justin Bieber, the guy she had loved for so long? Was it because of Hailey? Was she still carrying old emotional wounds? Or had she simply outgrown the relationship? In 2025, Selena finally gave her side of the story during a podcast. What she shared caught everyone off guard. Her decision wasn't driven by bitterness or past arguments. It wasn't about jealousy or public pressure. She said no because she had finally started putting herself first. After years of health issues, mental exhaustion, and personal growth, she had begun to realize how important it was to take care of her own peace. Selena explained that during that period, her life had been in pieces. She had undergone a kidney transplant. She was still dealing with the emotional and physical aftermath. Therapy had become part of her routine. Her mental health was fragile, but she was finally doing the work to rebuild. And in the middle of all that, she was just beginning to learn how to love herself clearly. I had gone through so much: my health, my mental state, therapy, my career. I knew I wasn't ready to bring someone else into that when I was just starting to figure out who I was. That line hit a nerve with so many listeners. It wasn't rejection, it was protection. She wasn't closing the door on love. She was setting boundaries to protect her healing. For the first time, herself. To understand why this moment mattered so much, you have to look at the history between her and Justin. For a long time, they were the it couple. She was the charming Disney star and he was the Canadian singer who shot to fame with Baby. Two outsiders. Their romance looked straight out of a movie. They were young, rich, and seemed completely in love. Fans adored them. They shared photos from vacations, fun dates, and sweet moments. But what looked perfect online wasn't always what was happening in real life. Selena was dealing with serious health issues like lupus, which often left her drained and anxious. At the same time, Justin was publicly battling the pressures of fame, his own mental health issues, and a string of bad choices. They were both trying to hold on to each other while also trying to grow up under intense public attention. And that's a lot for anyone, let alone two young people with the world. In 2017, after Selena had her transplant, Justin came back into her life. It felt like a reunion everyone had been waiting for. Fans thought maybe this was the real thing, the final chapter they'd been hoping for, but it didn't last. Then came whispers that Justin had proposed to her before marrying Hailey. Nobody knew what to believe. Some called it gossip. Others insisted it was true. Old photos popped up. Theories spread like wildfire online. Then, in that same 2025 podcast, Selena confirmed it. Yes, Justin did propose. But then she added something that changed everything. I didn't. She didn't sound angry. She didn't speak from a place of regret. She said it calmly with clarity. She didn't think they were meant to be, not because she didn't love him, but because, for the first time in her life, she had started to love herself more. That one shift, choosing self-worth over a fairy tale ending, was powerful. And then the story got even more complicated. Around the time of the proposal, Justin was reportedly having visa issues in the US after marrying Hailey in 2018. He applied for permanent residency through marriage. This led to more speculation. Was the wedding with Hailey all about love? Or was staying in the country part of the reason too? Selena didn't talk about that directly, but she did say something that suggested a deeper meaning. I couldn't make a life decision based on pressure. That one line seemed to say it all. Maybe Justin was in a rush. Maybe he needed something to feel stable. But Selena wasn't there yet, and she wasn't going to let anyone push her into something she wasn't ready for. We've all had moments Like that, where we're pushed to say yes to things that don't feel right inside. Whether it's a job, a relationship, or a big life change, the pressure can be intense, and saying no can feel impossible. But Selena did it. Not because she was unsure, but because she finally had the strength to listen to what she truly needed. When her words went viral across TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, the reaction was massive. People were emotional. Fans flooded social media with posts about how powerful it was to see someone choose themselves over a relationship that seemed perfect. Comments like, "She didn't say no because she didn't love him. She said no because she finally loved herself," captured the mood perfectly. Suddenly, Selena wasn't just seen as someone who had been through heartbreak. She was seen as someone strong, someone who had learned to value herself in a way that inspired others. Even Hailey Bieber, who had been pulled into the story so many times, reportedly liked a tweet praising Selena's decision. Was it respect? Was it for show? No one knows. But it definitely made people pause and think. What Selena did wasn't just personal, it was universal. Her decision connected with anyone who has ever had to choose between love and their own peace of mind. In that same podcast, Selena shared one final thought that stuck with people long after the episode ended. She said, "I didn't want to look back and regret not giving myself a little more time to become someone I could be proud of." That line said it all. She wanted to grow into the kind of person who could look in the mirror and feel at peace, someone who rushed into something just because it seemed like the right time. Now, she's doing better than ever. Rare Beauty is one of the most successful makeup brands out there. Praise. Her music feels raw, honest, and hopeful. But most importantly, she seems calm, grounded, like she's no longer trying to prove anything to anyone. And maybe that's what real happiness looks like. Not being with someone just to fit a story, but being okay with yourself when you're alone. So ask yourself, have you ever felt like everyone expected you to say yes, but something inside you whispered no? Have you ever chosen your peace, even when it meant walking away from someone you loved? Selena's story isn't just about Hollywood gossip. It's about real life, and about how powerful it is when you finally start listening to your own voice. She didn't say no to love. She said yes to herself. And in a world where so many people lose themselves trying to hold on to someone else, that might be the bravest thing